Get this meeting started. We'll start with the roll call.
Present.
Carpenter. Here. Klein.
Present.
Smalley.
Here.
Savitsky.
Here. We have a quorum, so the meeting will continue. First item is to adopt an agenda.
Make a motion to amend the agenda to add the rezoning of 8600 Buck Haynes Road from R1 to C2 under new business.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to amend the agenda to add the rezoning issue before us. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Any opposed, like sign? Let the record reflect that the motion carries and the agenda will be accepted as amended. Are there any public comments tonight that anyone would like to address as far as any items on the agenda? Okay, seeing none, we'll move forward. First item is to approve the minutes from the April 21st, 2016 meeting.
Make a motion to approve minutes to April 21st.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the April 21st meeting. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign? Hearing none, let the record reflect that the motion carries unanimously. Next item is the minutes from the 4/28/16 special called meeting.
Make a motion to approve the 4/28/2016 special call meeting minutes.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the 4/28/16 special called meeting. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign? Hearing none, the record will reflect that it passed unanimously. The next item on the agenda is the financial statement for April 2016.
Make a motion to approve the financial statement for April 2016.
Second.
Do it, Dave.
Okay.
Okay, we have a motion and a proper second to approve a financial statement from April 2016. I have just a couple of questions on it, and first one is under Administrative Town Records, number 521, line item. I don't know if we could go back and find out what is happening on that line item, if that's getting coded in with something else. Or
Under which?
it's the one that says insurance.
Public official insurance?
No, 521 under Administrative Town Records.
Okay.
Is budgeted for $2,000. And if you'll check on that item. And okay. You just get with me on it. See if you can find out where that's being coded, because obviously we're missing it somewhere. Okay, any other discussion? I'll let you call the roll on that one, Ms. Kelly.
Smalley.
Yes.
Savitsky.
Yes.
Leaf.
Yes.
Carpenter.
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Let the record reflect that the motion carries unanimously. Under old business, of a financial statement from March. We had some questions on that. We addressed all those questions at the work study. I'll entertain a motion on it.
Make a motion. Make a motion. Accept the financial statement for March.
Second.
We have a motion and a proper second for the financial statement for March. Any other discussion? Hearing none, I'll let you call the vote.
Sawitsky,
Yes.
Leaf,
Yes.
Carpenter,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Smaller.
Yes.
Let the record reflect that the motion carries unanimously. Next item on the agenda is the second reading of the sanitation amended ordinance. It's 042016-4.
Make a motion to approve sanitation amendment ordinance 042016-4.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the sanitation amended ordinance 042016-4. Any other discussion on that? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote.
Leaf,
Yes.
Carpenter,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Smaller,
Yes.
Sawitsky.
Yes.
Let the record reflect that the motion carries unanimously. Next item is the second reading for the sign ordinance 042016-2.
Make a motion to approve the sign ordinance.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve sign ordinance number 042016-2. Any other discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote.
Carpenter,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Smaller,
Yes.
Sawitsky,
Yes.
Leaf.
Yes.
Let the record show that the motion carries unanimously. Next item is second reading on commercial building ordinance 042016-3.
Make a motion to approve the commercial building ordinance 042016-3.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the motion of ordinance number 042016-3. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote.
Klein,
Yes.
Smaller,
Yes.
Sawitsky,
Yes.
Leaf,
Yes.
Carpenter.
Yes.
Let the record show that the motion carries unanimously. That is all for old business. Now moving to new business. First item is the farmer's market. Ms. Cody met with us at the work study and we discussed that, and we have the hours of operation. So I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to pass farmers market hours through a 90-day temporary permit for the amount of $25.
Second.
Now, Tim's here for the discussion portion.
Yeah.
Reason I went with a 90-day permit, the special event covers parks, recreation hours, and so forth. Since she's using part of the parking lot, I can issue a temporary 90-day permit for use, which will be more beneficial to the city and her. But one thing I wanted to make clear was the insurance part is still part of that temporary permit.
Okay, so
The liability insurance, and then the other part, you'll just come see me and I'll fill it out for you, then you'll go to town hall, pay the fee, and you're good to go.
Okay.
I'll amend that motion to have the exception that she does have liability insurance.
She's gonna get it.
I'll second that motion. Oh wait, we've already done that. I'm sorry. The amendment or whatever.
Just add that number one. Did we find out whether we can block off that interest down there or not?
It's not an actual throughway, so I don't see a problem with doing it for what time she's wanting to do. As long as we take precautions with cones, we'll supply her with some tape and so forth. We've done it in the past. I don't see that it'd be an issue. There's not hardly any traffic that I know of that cuts through there. If she would move up, maybe up a little bit to where the do not enter is, that will take care of that anyways.
Okay.
So when we're setting up, I'll kind of help you set it up, and we'll pretty much take care of that problem itself.
Okay. That sounds good.
Because there's one part where you can't go through, so we can use that part, and we can just eliminate that altogether.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tim. Mind staying up here? We're going to be calling right back.
Okay, you've amended your motion,
Yes,
is
sir.
that correct? And it's received a second, so any other discussion? Okay, call for the vote.
Smalling.
Yes.
Sadowski.
Yes.
Lee.
Yes.
Carpenter.
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Let the record reflect that the motion carries unanimously. Next item is Resolution R0516-1 to change the speed limit for Pleasant Grove Road and Park Street. Tim presented this to us at the end of the work study. Does anyone have any questions for him? Well, I guess I need to get a motion first, sorry.
Make a motion to accept resolution R0516-1.
Second.
And the whole purpose of this, as I stated, was to keep it in line with the speed limits. It's already intact on Park Street and Pleasant Grove Road. So it only makes common sense where there's kids and we're having events to carry that forward. And of course, we'll get the signage in place, and usually, what is it, John, 30 days after advertisement before actual enforcement, once we change the speed limits. Give everybody time to adjust.
Okay. Any other discussion? I'll call for the vote.
Sadowski.
Yes.
Lee.
Yes.
Carpenter.
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Smalling.
Yes.
Let the record reflect that the motion carries unanimously.
Mind if we move this ordinance up to right now? Cut Tim loose?
Oh, for the rezoning?
Yes.
I don't have a problem with that. No one else does. Okay.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all very much. Appreciate it.
Okay. We will move the rezoning ordinance up. If you want to speak to that, Tim.
This was presented to Planning and Zoning back in April. David Miller requesting that for the property located at 5208 New Highway 52, which abuts Home Pro and so forth, be changed from R1 to C2. Mr. Bradley helped tweak the ordinance to make it more precise. Planning and Zoning did recommend this unanimously. This is surrounded by both sides by C2. And it was recommended by the state planner and myself. Really, I see no reason for it not to be passed at Mr. Miller's request, given the location and the surrounding C2 already there. I think it would be a benefit to him and to the city to open that up to commercial use.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
But before he does anything with it, he will have to come back before planning and zoning and follow all the guidelines. Right now, all we're doing is just changing the zoning. We're not approving any construction,
Right.
anything like that. We're just changing the zoning.
And he has already moved, but
The trailer's already been moved out.
it's already gone. Okay. Any other discussion?
What would be that ordinance number?
It's 052016-1. It's what was on the other one.
Thank you.
What'd you say it was?
052016-1. Today's date with the dash one.
Okay. We
Okay.
have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Call for the vote.
Lee.
Yes.
Carpenter.
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Smalling.
Yes.
Sadowski.
Yes.
Let the record reflect that the motion carries unanimously.
On the special call meeting, we just have that at the next regular meeting prior to opening, would be sufficient.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Tim.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Everyone, thank you. Thanks, Dennis.
Good luck.
Thank them.
Next item on the agenda is a raise for Adam Harrell. We want to congratulate Adam on getting his, was it distribution?
Yeah, grade 2.
Grade 2 distribution license. It's customary, but we give a $1 per hour, and because he is a salaried person, that comes to about, I think it was $2,080. Is that correct? Does that sound correct?
I was,
Um,
totally, I'm sorry.
And based on a 40-hour week.
I'll make a motion to pay Adam $1 more per hour at $40 additional per week.
Second.
That wouldn't put me up to the 40. That'd be right under 40, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
We
but
forward.
you got several more you can get there. Move on.
I understand that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
We've already got it in budget to bring him up to 40, don't we?
No,
Did we take it out?
there's nothing in the budget yet.
I thought that was in there earlier,
No.
last year,
No.
for the 2000.
We gave him that.
Do what?
If we did get that, I can't remember.
No.
No.
Okay, any other discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote.
Carpenter,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Smalley,
Yes.
Dixie,
Yes.
Lee.
I'm gonna abstain from vote due to I think he needs to be at 40.
Let the record reflect that it's 4-1 with one abstention. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is to accept the K-9 officer, Roscoe. Chief discussed this some with us at the work study. Is there anything that you want to add to that, Chief?
No, sir. We checked, I made up a policy and procedure. I forwarded it to Mr. Bradley. He looked at it. I was wanting to try to get it to everybody to look at before the council meeting. I was not able to do so. I apologize about that. It's a good policy that I feel will fit the city wonderfully. We checked on the insurance.
It's $10 extra to actually cover for injuries sustained within a line of duty for the K-9, which raises it from 107 annually to 117. And since Sergeant Langston is being kind enough to offer us his K-9, I think paying extra $10 a year is the least we could do, absolute least.
This will be a very good tool in the fight in drugs here in Westmoreland. And also, like I said, if somebody is running from us, we need to find them. If a child is missing, we need to find the child. If somebody escapes or gets away from one of the nursing homes, it's just a wonderful tool to have. And I think it'll be a good deterrent against drugs.
I'm gonna make a motion to accept the dog.
Second.
Can I make a couple amendments to that, or ask you to make a couple
Yeah.
amendments? First of all, I would like to place that extra $10 insurance on there
Yeah.
to make sure the animal's covered. But we also have the issue of following post requirements, which is an extra $4.
The post, there's no post requirements. It's a state
law. Okay.
that, we have to.
So that's not
we'll
an
have to
issue.
pay them for 4 hours extra a week.
Yeah.
That's for care and maintenance and of the dog and training of the dog.
Okay.
The chief makes sure all that's addressed in the policy.
Yeah.
What about vehicle usage for
He
training
has
and
us all
certificates?
take on the vehicle.
So I'm asking to get the K-9 unit certified on different things of training. We would be allowing the use of a city vehicle
Yes.
or
Yeah.
paying
Yes.
mileage?
Yeah, for the
Okay.
training. Yes.
I just want to make sure that's in the policy, so. So if you don't mind, amend that to add the extra 10 for the insurance,
All right, I'll just amend.
please.
And what I'll do is I'll get that policy and procedure and I'll get it emailed to everybody so we can all see it as well.
I'd just like to have everybody on Ray's behalf after working.
Yeah.
We worked with the dog that first day over here at the high school when we had that incident. I was very impressed with Mr. Langston's dog, how it performed. My 14 years here, that's probably one of the quickest and best performances I've seen out of a canine of anyone we've had. I didn't mean to step above Ray, but I wanted to give my recommendation. I seen the dog in action and seen what it could do, and I was very impressed with it.
Well, we've all seen it in action, I think.
Yeah.
Me up close and personal.
He's done a very good job with the dog.
That's
It's a great asset.
It's going to be a great asset to the city. Now he will have to go and take the dog himself and get recertified again, which that's not a problem. He's going to start training with a local canine trainer, and they will let him know that he's okay to go and get certified. Certification takes 1 day.
Can I verify what the actual?
Motion.
We need to also, before you do that, figure out when you want the 4-hour state requirement to be met. Do you want it to start now, or you want to wait and start it at the new budget?
I guess the question would be to you, Sergeant. Would you mind waiting
I
until
would
we
be
hit the
fine
new
waiting
budget?
until he's certified. I mean, right now, I can run tracks with him without a certification. I can do that, but I can't do any drug work with him. So in the meantime, I won't be bringing him into work until I have a certification, be able to work him regularly.
It'll be
So
about,
until he's certified and I actually start bringing him every shift, I say just leave it where it is until he.
it'll be
gets
about a
certified.
month and a half before the new budget takes place. Would that be all right to start July
That'd be fine.
1st? Okay.
I've got
Thank you.
one other thing. I think we talked about an agreement that we'll have to have with Sergeant Langston and the city. Is that right, Mr. Bradley?
That's correct.
Basically, where the dog is privately owned, and he'll be guided under the policy and procedures of the city of Westmoreland.
You could just add that to your motion, that there be an agreement prepared and executed by the city and the officer.
Got that? When you get all that road, you read it back.
Well, I know you talked a little bit before about like a cage or something in the back of the police vehicle for safety purposes. For the dog.
Exactly. We'll have to get a proper cage to put in the back for transport. What I'm doing is I'm checking with other departments that did have a canine that doesn't have it no more. I was advised today to check with the Tennessee Highway Patrol, and they have switched from Crown Vics to the SUVs, and some have switched from the SUVs to Crown Vics for whatever reason. So they've got different kinds. So we're going to try to look at it and see if the state surplus has got any.
Great.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. You want to
Let her read it.
let her
Yeah, let's make sure I've got everything.
tell us what you got, Miss Kelly?
Okay. Motion to accept canine officer, including an extra $10 a year for insurance to cover injury, and pay Officer Langston an extra 4 hours pay each week for the care of a canine officer, effective July 1st, 2016, as well as an agreement prepared by the city and agreed upon by Officer Langston regarding the use of the canine officer.
Got it.
Okay. If everyone's in agreement with that, we'll call for the vote.
I'm sorry, who made the second?
Ricky.
No.
It was
Yeah,
between me and David, so.
It
just-
don't matter.
Yeah, we both said it, so,
Us.
yeah.
Klein,
Yes.
Smalley,
Yes.
Zavitsky,
Yes.
Leith,
Yes.
Carpenter.
Yes.
Let the record reflect that the motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Okay, next item on the agenda is to hire Greg Carr as an officer for the parks. We probably need to discuss this at more length, as we talked about it at the work study, but there was a lot of unanswered questions at that time. Is this something we can talk about quick, or do we need to defer to the next work study?
a motion to defer it to the work study.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to defer this to the work study. Any discussion?
It'll just take more than a minute.
That won't take long at all. Okay.
Okay, because we had some discrepancy on hours and possible pay, things like that, so. You know,
We got to vote on this motion
yeah,
now.
we got to.
My concern is that a lot of the ball games are going to be over by the end of June.
Oh, yeah.
You can put him on temporary. If you work it out.
You can do that.
Okay, let's just put this and then let's vote deferring it down, and all in favor of the motion to defer, say aye. Motion not to defer, say aye. Okay, we're not going to defer. Let's talk about it. Well, I need a motion to do it.
There's a motion to hire Greg Carr as officer for parks.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to hire Greg Carr for the parks area. Some of the things that I need to know is what hours that it would be, or what days it would be, because one person presented it was 2 days a week, and another person presented it was 5 days a week. You know, how many hours, and if you're going to pay him, what part of the budget you're going to take it out of. Okay. I need all of that in one motion if somebody wants to make it.
You got a lot to look at.
You'll remember the soccer league offered to provide some of the pay if necessary. So maybe that's something we need to look into farther.
That was one of the reasons for deferring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can help with more part. On the pay scale for the police department, it can't be any more than $12 an hour.
That was the original idea in the first place, $12 an hour, no more than 20 hours a week. And you're not going to find the money. But we don't have the money in salary right now.
No.
Well, the new budget is what, about a month and a half off taking effect. My whole thing was, and I don't mean to interrupt, and my whole thing is trying to have an officer out there for the safety and the security of the children and the people. There's where there's no problems with any of the coaches or not. We have been so busy here lately, it's been very hard to get over and stay over there. That was just a little something that I was going to have an extra security. Greg came to me and told me that he would volunteer his time. We still have the auxiliary program that's available. I don't know if that's something that you'd be interested in, but he was a reserve.
That would not work with overtime rules if he's working full time. If he goes over 40 hours, he has to be paid overtime. He can't be a volunteer and be full time at the same time.
Now he would, and actually, he wouldn't actually hire him full time.
Okay, as long as he doesn't go over the 40-hour threshold, that would work.
What, does anyone know offhand what nights there are currently ball games?
Just about every night except for Wednesday. Yeah. Sometimes they're Wednesday nights. There's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays.
Okay.
Yeah, so
5 days.
like I said, there's a lot of unanswered questions.
And, I mean, how long do they usually stay out there, I would say?
We're running from anywhere from, 6 to about 6 to 8, sometimes a little later.
Some of them start at 5:15, and then they got games that'll last till 8:30 sometime in that neighborhood.
I completely understand how the budget is. Just looking out for the safety.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at 3 hours.
Schedule and get a better idea of Greg's hours and his availability. That way we can have a
What I'll do is
idea.
we'll pull I try to pull all the games and what hours that they are. Greg had told me, usually he's available anywhere from 6 o'clock or whenever.
Okay.
There's a possibility, we do have funding from the Governor's Highway Safety Office for citizen enforcement. That could be an option that we could use if y'all see fit. And Chief Montano
wants to use some of those proceeds until the July budget. I wouldn't see it going very high myself.
Do you have the authority to use him as auxiliary
Yes.
before we approve him?
Yes.
If
Yes.
necessary? Okay.
And the thing, with the training with him, he's got the training. It's documented, it's on file. So it's what post, they're okay with it. Now he will have to obtain his 40 hours in service, and that's something that we're doing right here ourselves, so he can do that with us.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking 5 days a week, say 3 hours roughly, I mean, you've got 15 hours right there, so it would probably somewhere between 15 to 20 for sure, so.
What we'd have to do is, if we proceed with this prior to the budget, is if he's getting 15 hours a week, then what I have to do is just make a copy of his time card, send it to the state, and then they reimburse the money back in to the city to her salary fund. And it's all direct deposit. There's no check, so the money's back and forth pretty quick. Usually within a 2-week program.
I'm looking at the schedules here. Then the ball game's going to be over by the middle of the June to somewhere close the end of June.
End of June.
Yeah.
When's All Stars?
All Stars is usually
The week before.
G-
Little League is usually like the week after.
yeah, around July, last week of
First week
June,
of July.
first week of July.
If you want to amend your motion to give me the authority to okay it, if I get all of his details worked out pretty quick, I'm
I'll
okay with
amend
it.
my motion to give the mayor's discretion on actions need to be taken. Sound good?
Mhm.
Does that even need a motion for you to do this?
Actually, if they don't.
Well, you had a motion on, well, we actually had a motion on the floor already.
It would be better to have it on record.
Yeah.
That way, y'all are knowing what's going on, and he's not just acting on his own. And it would be better for the mayor to have y'all's back
Well,
and then proceed.
we all know it now.
Well, I mean, if we're looking at using part of our grant money for community enforcement like we can, it would be better to have it on record, correct, John?
That's correct. You can send the minutes to the state showing that it was approved by the council.
Then you might want to include in the amendment something about using grant funds or something like that, so they actually see it in the
It's
minutes.
going to be another one of those fun ones. You ready for it, Bad? Amend the agenda again, allowing, citizen enforcement?
Community enforcement.
Community enforcement, grant monies
Yes.
to pay Officer Carr.
Community enforcement.
It all comes out of the government highway safety office.
You can help me out that way.
Yeah, I'll bring you all this. We'll get all this together and present it to the mayor.
And you're amending the agenda.
Don't need to do that. This item's already on the
Amend
agenda.
the motion.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood.
He meant the motion.
Yeah, I heard you
I
say
said
agenda.
agenda. Okay,
Yeah.
my apologies.
Okay, so the motion is for the mayor to use his discretion as to hiring Greg Carr based on using the monies from community enforcement
Yes.
grant.
That,
Highway safety.
that we meet the mayor's requirements that he's required. And also put in there, to meet the requirements of the state of Tennessee as far as minutes and, proceeds to be shown. That's how they're used.
You acceptable for that? You made
This
a
took more than
second.
a minute.
You acceptable for that? You made a second on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just cutting me on the.
That is.
Okay. Any other discussion?
That was more than enough.
Call for the vote.
Smalling.
Yes.
Sadowski.
Yes.
Leith.
Yes.
Carpenter.
Yes.
Klein.
Yeah.
Record reflect that the motion carries unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Appreciate it, Chief.
Thank you, Ray. Done a good job, buddy.
Next item on the agenda is the street lights or proposed street lights for the area around 912 Park and Ricky Woodard Park. I need the okay from the council so that I can call Tri-County. We discussed this at the work study, so I'll entertain a motion.
I mean,
I'll make a motion to have the mayor contact Tri-County about installing streetlights at 912 Park to get more information.
Second. Are you wanting more information, or do you already have the information?
No, but we've got to come out and look
Okay.
at it. I have to have the okay from the council to call the engineer.
Okay.
Okay, we have a motion and a proper second. Any other discussion on that? Okay, we'll call for the vote.
Savitsky,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Carpenter,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Smaller.
Yes.
Reflect that it passes unanimously. Next item on the agenda, Mr. Hunter was going to try to be here tonight with you at this meeting to check on the requirements and consult with you. We've had two operators that have expressed an interest. One was Covert Productions, and he sent in, I think it was $318 and $322 was his quote, and Hunter Productions was the 150 per meeting. So we're going to need to try to get them in here in the near future. We want to tell Kyle once again how much we appreciate all he's done to help us out. And will you possibly be back next month, or does this wrap you up tonight?
I'll be back next month.
Okay, we'll see you then, and we'll get into some discussions with Mr. Hunter about him being here. But do you want to go ahead and vote on that tonight, or you want to wait until the next meeting when he is here?
Rather have the gentleman here.
Okay.
So I'll make a motion to defer this until next month.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion and a second to defer on the hiring of, I think it's Jim Hunter Productions is the name of it. So, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign? Let the record reflect that the motion carries unanimously. Last item on the agenda, we don't have to vote on, so I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I got one thing I'm gonna say for y'all adjourn. That don't really involve you. The council members, Jerry, me and you, we sit right over in that office. That day that we had the meeting, me, you and Chris, when he was talking about retiring. Me and you sat right over there, and then we were talking about me getting a certification. And I said something about 40,000. You said, well, yeah, it'll be worth a little bit more since you're a supervisor.
And we have a budget coming up in 6 weeks.
And then you told me when I come back from National, I called and told you I passed my test. You said, that's good. That'll congratulations. We'll prorate it back to when you got your license. Well, that's been 2 or 3 weeks. You didn't say nothing about that neither.
Wished you'd hollered sooner. I just didn't think about it.
That's how it goes.
So can I ask that a motion be made to amend this to prorate the pay?
I'll make a motion to prorate to pay back to when he got his certification.
Make it retroactive, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, make it retroactive to the date he got his certification.
I'll second it.
Okay. Have a motion and a second. Any discussion on that? And I did say that, and that's fair enough.
You said that over in the office too. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure. I mean, it was between me and you. It didn't involve none of them because it was just me and you.
Yeah,
But
I did say it, and we've done it for everyone else, so it just slipped my mind. I apologize.
Make it sure.
Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign? Okay, motion carries unanimously.
Motion to adjourn.
I'd like to say something. Well, you didn't make a motion. I can't tell you.
I'll make a
Okay.
motion to adjourn.
There is no second to the motion yet, so it can die.
Yep.
Motion dies, select the second. Go ahead.
I just wanted to ask, it was brought to my attention, and I don't know anything about it, but they brought to my attention that there was a meeting a week ago Monday with 4 of y'all and personnel at the bank, and I was just curious if that meeting involved city business.
No, actually, I went into the bank and they just kind of tagged along. I was asking what the procedure was for approaching the bank about asking for them to do a release on the loan should everything pass with the grant and all.
Okay, so
We all went down to the state.
I know that, yeah.
Yeah, and we missed you. You know, you was invited too.
I know it was. I had my personal business I had to see to it day.
I was busy working.
But it was brought to my attention that 4 of y'all met with Miss Judy.
No, actually, I went to meet with Miss Judy. So.
I wasn't forward because I was working.
He asked the questions, she gave the information, we were there to get it direct, that's all it was.
Yeah.
Okay, I was informed that everybody was involved in the meeting. That's what Judy told me.
I told Miss Judy when I went in, I said I have some questions I ask, and they're just here to listen. So I don't think there was any violations of anything, but
Nobody spoke a word but Jerry and Miss McClure or Miss Woodard.
Okay.
Except for hi and bye.
And she I told her she knew my parents, but she didn't know who I was, so that was about it. And I introduced myself afterwards.
Okay. John, do you see anything wrong with something like that?
No, I'm ready for motion to adjourn.
I'll make it again. I'll do it again. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We're out of here.